Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this cute little cottage. But before I get into the tutorial, please don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know what else you want me to build. I've got it all marked out because of course I do, and the measurements are starting in the top right corner and going around clockwise are down 16, then over 9. Then we have these two like yellow blocks that are 3 blocks apart, and they're a line of 4 blocks and then a line of 3. Then 3 blocks over and then 3 blocks and then 4 blocks. Then back to the normal measurements around the outside, we have 9 blocks. Then we go back 3 and over 3. That's measuring from orange block to orange block. Then up 9, then in 3, and then up 5. And then over 2, then we have these 2 extra little blocks, which is going to be a doorway. Excluding the doorway, we have 12 blocks from orange block to orange block, then 2 block gap, then 9 blocks, orange block to orange block, then a little gap of 2, and then 6 blocks from that wall to the next orange block, and then that's back where we started. Okay, so I'm starting on this right side because it's the easiest, I feel. So I'm taking some dark oak bark blocks, I'm going up 6 on each of those orange blocks, and then I'm going across just with some more dark oak bark blocks. Then I'm taking some grass blocks and I'm placing those on all of that green terracotta. And then I'm putting some bricks 2 high on all of that red terracotta behind that. Then I'm just putting some trapdoors in front of these dirt blocks to make it like a little garden. Then to finish this wall off, I'm just outlining the outside. Then I'm leaving a 2x2 window on each side and then placing 2 little columns of bricks so that the inside is a 4x2 window. Then we're just moving up, and how we do that is I'm just placing some upside down spruce stairs across all of those dark oak bark blocks on the top. Then I'm building up 3 dark oak bark blocks. Then in the center one of those 3, I'm just going across with some more dark oak bark blocks. Then behind that, I'm placing some stone bricks. Then in front of those stone bricks, I'm just placing some spruce fences. Then in the center 2 blocks, I'm placing some more dark oak bark blocks, and I'm placing those 7 blocks tall. Here I placed them 8, but I end up having to break the top one anyway, so. Then 1 block behind all of these dark oak bark blocks, I'm placing some sandstone, and I'm kind of building that up, staircasing it up all the way to the top, so it'll be like a little triangle. Then I'm just doing the same thing on the other side. Then I'm adding some cross beams, and I'm starting that by placing a spruce stair upside down in the corner. Then I'm placing a right side up one on top of that, and then just continuing that little pattern all the way up till it meets the outside of that sandstone little bit we made. Then once I have that, I'm just adding some upside down spruce stairs along that sandstone bit we made, which will be the inside of the roof. Then on the outside of that, we're gonna put some dark oak stairs. And I actually built this wrong. My bad. Just like I do on a few of my other builds, we're adding a dark oak rim to the outside of the whole roof. I accidentally make that 2 layers here when really it would only be the outside one that's dark oak. On top of all these upside down spruce stairs, you would just place normal spruce stairs on top of that. But that's the only thing that's different. Here's where I break those top dark oak blocks and replace that with planks. And then I'm just doing the exact same thing on the other side. And then I'm replacing this stair under that beam to be a plank just so it looks a little bit better. And this is basically done, this whole side. So I'm going onto these yellow terracotta blocks and I'm placing stone bricks just 3 blocks high. Then around the top, I'm putting some upside down stone stairs. Then I'm moving back to the wall, which is just going to be bricks 2 blocks tall. And I'm adding another bit of gardens on top of that green terracotta, just with normal dirt blocks and spruce trapdoors. Then I'm outlining the outside of this wall, and this basically follows the pattern of the other side, so I'm adding that dark oak bark block beam across the top, and then I'm just building up the stairs a bit more. And to make this a bit easier, I'm starting with the roof of this little stone brick place. I'm just adding that a few blocks up so I can get a feel for how it's going to connect. Then across the front of this dark oak beam, I'm placing some upside down spruce stairs, and then where that kind of meets that roof, I'm placing just a normal spruce plank to kind of meet it up. Then I'm placing the stone bricks on top of that beam, just like we did on the other side. Then I'm placing the dark oak bark block pillar on the side and across the top of that. Then I'm gonna build up this roof just a bit more so I can see how it all is gonna meet again. And then we're placing the spruce fences. Then 4 blocks in from the edge, I'm just doing that same 2 blocks in the center, and I'm going up 6 blocks. Then I'm doing another one of these little beams from the corner, and it's literally the exact same pattern as you did on the other side there. So I'm doing that, and then I'm building the sandstone behind it. Then I'm just replacing that with a plank because it's gonna look better, and then adding the inside of the roof with the upside down stairs like that. Then I'm just placing the dark oak along the outside Here's where I realize my mistake and I replace all of those with spruce. If you just build it right, you will not have to do that. Now, because these are they're different sizes, but not by that much. They're just like 1 block difference. So this one, instead of having the 2 planks at the top, it's just gonna meet with 2 stairs at the top. But it literally like doesn't really matter that much. It still looks good, I think. So I'm just repeating all of that on the other side. And then once I have that, I'm just connecting the top to this other bit of the roof so that I make sure it all lines up and it's all the same height. So then I'm just finishing off this front section we have. I'm just mirroring what we have on that first side on the other side, and I'm leaving a little 1x1 window, and that's going to be 1 block from the top. Then we're adding the roof with just some spruce, and then again we're going to add a little dark oak edge onto this roof as well. And then once I have that, I'm just adding a little flower box under that window with some dirt and trapdoors. This house is like, all of the pieces of it are super simple, but it gets a little bit confusing because they're kind of all overlapping, and that overlap is where it gets confusing. Then I'm moving on to this other side. So I'm starting by placing 4 block tall dark oak pillar, and then 1 going across the top, connecting to our little entrance building we have, and then doing the same little garden underneath. Then behind it, I'm just placing straight bricks. No windows or anything, just bricks. Then I'm doing a upside down spruce stair and placing 4 more dark oak bark blocks on top of that. Then I'm taking some dark oak stairs, placing that 2 from the edge, and then all the way across, meeting our stone brick little entrance area we built. Then I'm just placing some planks on top of that to put some more stairs, so it should look like this, and then just connecting it to the roof with some planks. Then on the corners, I'm just placing some 7 block tall dark oak pillars, and then 1 block down from the top, I'm putting a plank across the top, moving over 6 blocks, and then placing another pillar. So it should kind of be in that roof, but it's okay. Then I'm just placing some smooth sandstone behind that, 1 layer up, and then I'm placing some dark oak pillars, meeting that top little beam we have. And so that should be a gap of 2, placing a pillar, a gap of 1, placing a pillar, and then a gap of 2. So it should look like this. Then to do the edge, I'm just building up some sandstone blocks for the wall. Then between those sandstone blocks and that beam, I'm placing 2 normal spruce stairs on top of those dark oak stairs, and then just taking some trapdoors and placing that on top of those. And that should go 3 blocks tall, but on the 3rd block, instead of placing it from the outside, we're going to place it from the inside because the roof of another part is going to overlap. Then I'm just placing a normal plank behind this dark oak stair here. Then I'll place a plank on the outside so it matches all the other bits. Then I'm just placing some planks across to be a roof. Then to make this a bit easier, I'm adding this roof for this other section. So right on the top of this dark oak block here, we're placing some spruce stairs to be the roof. So where this roof meets up this wall, we're just gonna put some spruce planks to kind of smooth it out. And it looks like super strange right now, but trust me, once we add the roof and everything, it's gonna look fine. And then we're just gonna add the planks on the other side like this. Then moving up to the gable of this part, we're adding just some smooth sandstone. And so we're placing 1 row across, then 1 block in, we're placing a 2x2, leaving a gap that's a 1x2, and then another 2x2. Then filling in those little bits with some planks to make a triangle. Then I'm adding some trapdoors to make these little like planks, I guess. Once we have that, I'm just adding the roof. And then I'll add the dark oak little edge on it too. And it should look like this. Then I'm just gonna connect this roof up to make sure everything's lining up correctly, and it is. Now I'm gonna do this little section here, which is super simple. We're just doing the dark oak up 3 blocks, then the plant box, and then just normal bricks behind it all along on that red terracotta. No windows or anything, super simple. Then I'm just putting some spruce stairs and 4 dark oak bark blocks on top of that, and then a dark oak beam across there. And then I'm just gonna place some trapdoors to fill in that space. Then on the block behind this dark oak, I'm just placing some sandstone blocks, placing that 2 blocks tall. Then I'm breaking some windows that will be 2x1s. And then I'm just going up in a little triangle like this. Then I'm adding a right side up spruce stair, going up 3 blocks and adding an upside down spruce stair in the center, and then filling in between that with some spruce trapdoors. So like this. Then I'm connecting the roof up, which will be 2 upside down stairs, and then a trapdoor. And that's the same as it is on the other side. And then on the top of that, it'll be 3 stairs, a trapdoor, then a slab and a plank. So it'll be 3 stairs, trapdoor, slab, plank, slab, trapdoor, and then 3 stairs. So it makes this a little bit more rounded as opposed to like just a normal triangle. And then we're just gonna follow that same pattern with the dark oak to make the trim, and you should have this. Then we're gonna just build the roof back and build the walls back a little bit, kind of connect everything up. I'm adding the stairs going across this wall and another little beam there, and fill that little section in with some spruce fences. Then I'm just continuing this roof back so it connects to that wall back there, which can be a little bit tricky to maneuver, but it's fine. I think it's worth it. And it should look like this. Then I'm just building these beams across here for this other section of the house. Once I have this, I think it's easier if I jump on over to the other side. Dirt blocks on top of those green blocks. I'm going up 4 blocks of these dark oak pillar and then adding a beam across the top there, connected to those bricks. And I'm adding a beam here across on this other house. And then behind that, I'm just gonna fill in with bricks. No windows or anything, just normal bricks all the way across. Then I'm building up with some more dark oak bark blocks on the outside and another beam across 1 block from the bottom. That's going to connect with this sandstone wall. It's just sandstone, no windows or anything. Then we're placing sandstone behind that, and in front of that will be some spruce fences. Exactly like that other corner we did. We're leaving a gap of 2 blocks, and then we're placing another beam, which should connect to this other dark oak beam just like that. Then behind that, we're placing just some normal sandstone blocks like this. Then I'm just connecting the roof up. This section actually mirrors that first section we built. So I'm actually gonna start with the roof, just going staircasing up, upside down and right side up spruce stairs till I get to the center. And I build that up on both sides. And I'm building these planks across the roof so I can just make sure everything lines up perfectly, because this section actually mirrors that first section we built. And then I just connect all this up. And then I'm going to build the dark oak little like pillar in the center here. And then I'm going to build the little beams going across diagonally. Do that on both sides the exact same way we did for the other roof, and then fill behind it with sandstone. So it should look like this once you've added the trim and everything. Now we're doing this last little section here. We're adding a dark oak pillar going all the way across to this other beam there and adding another one here in the center. So it should look like this. Then I'm adding the bricks. I'm leaving a space for a door, and I'm not going to place bricks on those 2 red blocks just yet. I'm going to leave that for last. So then I'm just placing the normal dirt blocks and some more bricks behind it. Then I'm moving over to this little section here and only putting brick blocks 2 blocks tall for this section here. And I'm just finishing up this little window here for this section. And I'm gonna do this little bump out first just because I think it'll be the easiest. I'm starting with 7 block tall dark oak pillars on each of those orange blocks and connecting them on the second from the top with another dark oak bark block beam. Then I'm just putting the little dirt blocks for our little gardens and adding the trapdoors. And I'm just going ahead and adding the trapdoors to all of those little gardens we added that we haven't placed trapdoors yet. And then I'm just taking some sandstone, building up these sides and across the top. And then I'm leaving 3 1x2 windows. Then I'm building up this gable here. I'm going 2 layers up. Then I'm leaving a 1x2 window in the center here. And I'm adding some trapdoors for some more beams across the front. So I'm building the roof and I'm starting with just 2 spruce stairs. Then we're adding a upside down spruce stair and a trapdoor on top of that. Then another spruce stair and an upside down spruce stair. And then a trapdoor and a slab in the center. And you just do the same thing on the other side. Then I'm just putting the trim with dark oak. And the only difference between this one and the spruce layer is I'm adding a dark oak trapdoor on the other side. Then I'm adding another dark oak bark block beam. Then I'm putting just sandstone behind it, connecting this roof up here, adding the dark oak beam across the top here, and then we'll put some spruce stairs in front of those sandstone blocks there. Then I'm just putting some sandstone behind that. Then I'm adding this dark oak bark block pillar in the center, the 2 block thick one that will connect to this roof here. And it's going to be the exact same as the one across from it. So it's going to have the 2 stairs on the top as opposed to the 2 planks. Then we're just building up the sandstone blocks and doing the exact same thing we did for all the other roofs like this, where we add the diagonal planks and we build the roof. So it should look like this when you're done. Now, just for this last wall here, which is super simple, we're just going to continue these dark oak bark block like pillars all the way up, 4 blocks tall. Then we're just going to put sandstone 2 blocks high across the bottom and then outline the top and the sides. Then we're going to do that exact same thing in this other side. Then we're just going to connect this roof back up to this wall. Then on top of these bark blocks, we're just adding some dirt blocks and we're going to put some trapdoors in front of it to make some more gardens. Then I'm just filling in this wall with sandstone. Then I'm just putting the roof across the front. So I'm continuing the roof all the way across, and here's where I realized that they don't meet, which sounds like a really big deal, but it's really not. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling this roof down So I'm just going one more stair down and actually making the corner a corner instead of that weird like notch we had before. I don't know why I thought that was right, even though it doesn't look right. It looks much better once you actually go down all the way. And I'm doing that for all of these corners like this. Once I've done that, I'm literally just filling in the roof. On this back side, I'm just placing 5 brick blocks across, about 4 or 5 blocks away from the edge. It doesn't really matter too much where you put this. Then I'm just putting smooth stone blocks all on top of it, leaving a 1x2 window. Then I'm just building the roof, which is just like all of the other roofs we've built so far. And then putting the dark oak edge. Then I'm just adding a little garden, little flower box in front of this window here. Then I'm just adding a simple chimney using some stairs and planks and trap doors. And then just adding a campfire. And the build's basically done. All that's left to do is add the doorways, which are in the front here. I'm just taking some cobbled deep slate stairs and I'm placing those right side up on the bottom and upside down on the top and across the top and covering that up with some stone. Then we're doing the back door, which is just some brick stairs and then a little roof on top. Really super simple. Then I'm just putting some flour in all the flower boxes, glass in all the windows. I'm putting a dark oak door at the front and a spruce door at the back and just a few more little details, and it's done. Thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun designing this build. This house is actually a little bit older. You could see it in my shorts from quite a few months ago, but I still had such a fun time revisiting it. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think of this build, what I should build next, and don't forget to like and subscribe.